locked in. We're all locked in. You're listening to Mike Said It First here on North American Talk Radio and, of course, on YouTube via 12 on Sports still. We are live here at 4 o'clock every Monday on natalkradio.com, and we are also on radio.net if you search North American Talk Radio. So, for the next, how many ever minutes and change, I'll be with you up until 5 o'clock Eastern Time. We thank you for tuning in. On today's amazing show, I'm going to get into a few things on my mind. First one is going to be Shedeur Sanders, who, in my opinion, had a very good debut, but that's not even the epiphany I had over the weekend. It was like more than that. It was, why is nobody else talking? Like, why is it taking the media and experts so long to say what I'm going to say? Colts quarterbacks are suddenly the talk of the national media on some days, all because one guy is a highly talented player who's still younger than most of the league and somehow is still injury prone despite a dislocated pinky. One guy still sucks because Giants fans told you he did, and the other guy from Notre Dame is suddenly the starter. Unbelievable. I'll also touch on Rochester Knighthawks being sold to Seneca Nation, which means they're staying put. And finally, I will briefly talk about the two movies I saw over the weekend, including a sports-related movie. I'll talk about the Rocky Mountain Raptors, and then NASCAR drivers on the same team who had two successful weekends, even though one ended a lot differently than the other one did, unfortunately. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's jump in to Shedeur Sanders, who, newsflash, was pretty good. I know, it shocked so many people. It really was impressive. Like, the guy who went from a first-round draft pick to suddenly was even draftable at some point. Because, again, the experts told you, and so now the national narrative has been, no, he's awful. He's not good. He's behind, Dylan Gabriel. He's behind Kenny Pickett somehow. Remember him? He's behind Joe Flacco. If the Sean Cosby was there, he'd be behind him too. I just find it funny how now the national media, and I'm not a national media member. I like to consider myself an aspiring version of such. And I find it hysterical that media members suddenly feel bad, and they suddenly feel like, oh, this guy deserves a lot of credit now. He was good. Yeah, guys, duh. Okay? It's funny because once we heard about maybe he sucked in interviews, supposedly, and that thing spread so fast and strong, NFL teams believed it too. I just find it hysterical how now we have to root for him again. I never stopped rooting for him. I never stopped. I never once told myself, you know what, he might not be good. But let the media tell you things. Let social media dog the guy. And guess what? No, how dare you? How dare you say he's good? Really? That changed quickly. I'm gonna call BS. I'm just gonna say it. Maybe a hot take at this point. I think the interview stuff before the draft, garbage and a complete lie. And I'll call out every reporter who believed those reports and thought it was okay to put those out. See, because I've had, not so great reporting or wording in my reports before. Turns out I can take accountability. So I'm asking you, Rappaport, I'm asking all these losers that decided that they thought, oh, well, some executive told me, dude, you're an idiot for putting that out there in the first place. I find it so funny. time I have heard Shedeur Sanders say anything in any interview, it has been nothing but teammates respect, teammate building up, I need to get better, etc. Are you kidding me? That's the guy that walked into billionaires' offices and demanded he gets this. You're lying. And your source is full of crap. I cannot believe I have become the Shedeur Sanders spokesperson. I don't think he might be good, really awesome one day. I don't think he's a bad group. I thought he was definitely worth a first-round pick. Absolutely. And suddenly, because Ian, again, I'm saying here at reporters, because of these high-ranking NFL reporters, because they had a story from some jerk executive, now it has to be true. It has to be. Why? Why does that have to be true? Every single year, we let people tell us that Dwayne Haskins is great. That Johnny Manziel, that all these people are great. We have to hear so many people tell us why some guys suck. What do these reporters gain by tearing careers down before they even start? Shedeur Sanders is going to lose out on millions of dollars. And in the preseason, he might have been a top 5 quarterback on the weekend. It's insane to me how quickly, not just media, but you stupid NFL fans slurp this stuff up. Do you know why NFL is so hard to talk about now? Because NFL fans are the most unintelligent people on the planet. And you know who you are. Because every last one of you peaked in high school and you know it. You peaked in high school, didn't play a down after high school except for semi-pro, and you have the nerve to tell people like me, because I'm overweight, I don't know what I'm talking about, you've got another thing coming, pal. It is hysterical. You slurp up everything, but I'm the one who didn't play football. Dude, shut up. You all believed it. You all believed this guy was not good anymore. And if you did believe him, that he was good, it's because you're black and you felt sorry for him. That is the only reason. It is sickening how many fans slurp up this crap as gospel. And now we feel sorry for him? Why? It's too late now. Shedeur Sanders became an NFL draft laughingstock. And fans slowly bought in that maybe he's just unprofessional. Why? Because some executive told a certain high-ranking reporter that he sucked in interviews. What does that even mean? Again, I urge you to do yourself your own favor and shut off the TV and social media. And if you go on YouTube and look up every Shedeur Sanders interview you can find, and you tell me why you believed it. Immediately after the game that he played sensational in a preseason game, I know we shouldn't look at preseason. Well, I am. Because this warranted it. This guy gave himself a C+. He felt he could be better. He didn't say anything wrong. You tell me that's the same guy that you let reporters tell you was just not good, was unprofessional, was immature? Oh, listen, guys, you and I have now summed up the story on him now. The story on him, and I don't think there was some NFL conspiracy, even though it kind of looks like it at times. I think NFL scouts suck at their jobs. I really do. I think NFL scouts suck at their jobs. I think reporters say way too much stuff for clicks, and they don't care what kind of a firestorm it takes. I think Shedeur Sanders is a good quarterback and was put way behind the 8 ball because fans pressured, because media told the fans they should believe something and they did it. It's a draft day story as old as time. It's unreal. And it's almost unforgivable. I cannot explain to you how dumb it is to see you guys like Shedeur, then hate him, and then all of a sudden you'll want him to do well. Too late now. It is too late now. The man showed up. He played a very strong preseason game against all the pressure. Don't back out now. You keep your energy. You keep saying he's unprofessional. Keep saying he sucks. I will be right here on the same energy I was for Daniel Jones. Once upon a time, I thought Sam Darnold wasn't half bad, and I was told I was dumb for that too. Wow. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Come on, man. Don't do that. All right, so I'm going to try to find a way to play a commercial break, and then we'll come back to this. But, yeah, you're listening to Mike Say It First. When we come back, I'm going to segue right into the Colts quarterbacks because I'm telling you, they love when Colts quarterbacks suck. It is a great thing to talk about for the media, and I'm here for it. I'm here to back that crap up, too. I'm here to defend our two quarterbacks that are battling for a starting job, and I'm told they both suck. It's unreal. We'll be right back.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money, and we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Oh, yeah. MSIF on the Natter. Live here coming at you on NATalkRadio.com, on radio.net, search North American Talk Radio. We appreciate you and your valiant efforts up to this point. Reminder to go to NATalkRadio.com and click the tickets tab for all kind of sports tickets and concert tickets and Broadway tickets for less than the big guys. We're having fun here on this show. I just talked about Shedeur Sanders, who turned out was pretty good. It was actually hysterical at this point. Doesn't make any sense why the media does what they do, but they do it anyways. So now, on the same line of reasoning and respect, we are going to talk about more of quarterback controversies. Because again, as I reiterate, NFL fans crack me up because they're the most ignorant, disrespectful fan base on the planet. It actually baffles me that soccer worldwide are the ones that get in more fights. But even then, even that's becoming less true about NFL fans. Every year there's more fighting videos that come up from idiots. The same people were on Twitter, and because somebody on the media told them that this guy's terrible and this guy's lazy, that they should believe it, and if you disagree, you are fat and you never played football. As if your bum-brained self played past high school. As if anybody outside of your household cares. And yet you throw that crap at people. You should be ashamed and feel stupid. So now, again, on the same line of disrespect towards you, let's talk about you guys' commentary around the Colts. All right? National media. And I dabble in a lot of national sports media, as you may know. I like to see what the experts and the former players and coaches who sucked, and the analysts who have had great radio jobs and somehow kissed their way to the top, and the big-breasted reporters who think they know everything now. So I get to hear them talk about the Colts and how Anthony Richardson, he's got potential, but he's lazy. And Daniel Jones, he sucked with the Giants and couldn't get Malik Neighbors the ball. And then, what does that turn into? It turns into fans regurgitating the same crap as if they all of a sudden forget how football works. The same people who played high school football suddenly forget what an offensive line is. And now they say, well, Riley Leonard should be our starting quarterback. These people are not serious. NFL fans are the dumbest people and the most disrespectful fan base on the planet. Because here's what happened. Anthony Richardson. I mean, I guess we're going to blame him. Sure, maybe it's true. Maybe he was the one who didn't read the blitz. And I'm like, okay, wow, sad, horrible, okay? Dude gets blindside sacked regardless of whose fault it was. His pinky is bent in half. And do you know what the narrative is? The narrative is, he quit again. He's just injury prone. Injury prone. You know, I find it funny. Usually, when guys are injury prone, it's a back or a knee or a shoulder. You know, something that actually is wear and tear. Because I urge you, and I pretty much demand you to gain my respect, find me the quarterback who's right-handed, whose right pinky breaks in half. Find me the quarterback that plays through it. Because there were so many people, well, this defensive tackle and this offensive lineman and this linebacker, as if they throw the pigskin. Like, what are we doing? There are times when you can say he's injury prone. There are times when he is acting dumb. The time to do that and say those things is nowhere near when the guy's pinky dislocates in half. Can anybody on the planet throw a football with their right hand when their right pinky dislocates? Can anybody do that? Because again, well, it's still an injury. No, the term injury prone is based on the simple thing of wear and tear. Some guys ain't built for it. Guys, respectfully, he is 6'4", 230 pounds. He had some stupid injuries. I agree. The shoulder, this and that, I get it. When his pinky dislocates, that is not the time to pile on, because you look stupid. You look really dumb when you say that. Especially with people that put their podcasts out there and put their face on their Twitter account. How are you saying that? As if the internet cannot find your stupidity later on. Again, if you want to say he didn't pick up the blitz or protection, even though I disagree. Because remember, There's a running back looking at the guy. There's a right tackle looking at the guy. They both look Ojabo dead in his eyes and run the other way. There's no way AR did not. There's no way those guys could not figure something out. And if you don't want to put on the running back, the rookie running back, fine. The right tackle, his job is to protect people. So anybody who gets around him, that's on him. Why should the right tackle expect the quarterback to tell him how to block? Like, I know I'm not an X's and O's guys. I get it. But those people who claim that this guy, and even if he did make a protection mistake, the right tackle saw the rusher, who is literally a defensive end. He looked him right in his eyes and turned the other way. Like, come on. And then to pile on and falsely say, like, again, maybe the protection was not called out great. Okay, fine. But him dislocating his pinky does not suddenly mean he's injury prone. It just doesn't. That's not a wear and tear injury. Maybe a wrist injury. I mean, how about this? An elbow, for crying out loud. But when your pinky splits in half, what are you supposed to do, man? That's not wear and tear. Like, if a dude gets punched in the face and he had an ACL injury last year and he breaks his nose because the guy punched him, does that suddenly mean he's injury prone? No. So stop piling on these narratives that you have no idea what they mean. And Daniel Jones, right? Daniel Jones is a quarterback. I have told people over and over again, is not that bad. And I know what you're saying. Michael, you got to give it up. And here's the thing. On Mike Said It First, on North American Talk Radio, The Natter, I don't give up my takes until I'm 1,000% wrong. I might be able to change them, sure. But I will never concede this guy is as bad as you said he was. And again, because I'm the meanie, because no one else wants to admit it, I ask you, or wonder, what happened to Dwayne Haskins? And I know, he died. That is awful. Shout out to his family. That is an awful thing. It is sports in the end. But you people swore to me that Daniel Jones was not even better than that guy. And on the field, he was. So now, Daniel Jones goes to the Colts. None of us know what his intentions are. All we know is that he got paid, and he might have a chance to win the starting job. And I understand, gun to my head, I really do feel like Anthony Richardson should win the job if the race is close, because he's your higher ceiling guy. Even I will admit that. That's what I thought out of college. But this notion that Daniel Jones is never going to be good because the Giants, who have zero offensive line, because of that, all of a sudden, that's a problem? Like he's terrible now because of that? I call me crazy. I disagree. And Daniel Jones came into that game, and he was 10 of 21. Guys, he had like 5 passes that were dropped. Like Shane Steichen and this Colts team, if there's a pulse of an offensive line, they've got weapons. And Malik Neighbors did not have a great year because he had a bad quarterback and he overcame him. No. Malik Neighbors had Daniel Jones throwing the football. And it's almost a miracle that Daniel Jones did give him the football, because that offensive line was terrible. Brian Dable. These guys drafted Jackson Dart in the first round. They signed Russell Wilson. Before that, they had signed Russell Wilson. They have Jameis Winston, and they draft Jackson Dart in the first round. They're not a competent organization right now. And I thought Dable was a decent coach. Apparently him and Joe Shane are morons. And I 1,000% believe that's going to play out this year. But why does Daniel Jones get no credit for that? Was he not the guy who won a playoff game with that organization? Like, what are we doing? I don't know what quarterbacks are supposed to do when year after year they are drafted to the most awful teams. Like, year after year that happens. I don't get it. I don't get why quarterbacks take the bullet for that. All because New York media and fans, and by the way, New York media and fans are some of the worst fans and media on the planet. Like, imagine what I said about NFL fans as a whole. That's New York times 10. All of their media, most of their fans are not nice people. They're also not very intelligent when it comes to watching sports. They're rude, and most of the times when they boo a draft pick, he turns out pretty good. Like, I don't understand why, again, these people can be so proud and so loud of something that they say that is so just inaccurate. Daniel Jones won y'all a playoff game. Eli Manning rode the backs of two defensive juggernauts in the playoffs and gets no credit for, is suddenly a Hall of Famer. That's what I want to say. He's a Hall of Famer, according to you, because somehow because being Trent Dilfer twice is good? Man, that's just stupid. But that's the way these people operate. So every single time you're on their Colts post now, you say, oh, Daniel Jones is pretty good. And then a couple of Giants fans, yeah, well, he was terrible and he'll let you down. Dude, shut up and leave us alone. Like, you're not helping anybody. You're not discussing or debating. He's off your team, so leave us alone and shut up. It cannot be that hard. Like, you never believed in him from day one, so why tell other people not to? Like, good God Almighty, my life is miserable, so I'm just going to go ahead and just do it. Like, what are we doing? It's unreal, man. It's unreal. And again, my favorite part, oh, buddy, oh, boy. We get into, we get into this awesome thing where Riley Leonard, who had a worse performance that day than Daniel Jones, 2 highlight videos are posted via the Colts and the Notre Dame football team. And oh my, Riley Leonard is the guy. What? Really? So these people who are so smart, who are so wise, who we should all listen to, believe a Notre Dame quarterback is suddenly our guy. Wow. And I should feel dumb because I didn't play high school football. That's almost impressive, the mental gymnastics you have to do. It really is. So, my thing is, have you watched the down of Notre Dame football? Riley Leonard is a worse version of Sam Ehlinger. I didn't mind Sam Ehlinger, but Sam Ehlinger was a gamer. Was not the most accurate, was not the most, didn't have the biggest arm, wasn't the fastest player. But boy, could he have some fun and make some nice broken tackles. Like, that's where we're resting our laurels on. Because as good as Riley Leonard was, that's why Notre Dame was such a great passing offense. Boy, you know what? You sure did fool me. Because I couldn't tell. And I find it still really comical. These people, they will buy up the narrative because Anthony Richardson tapped out for one play. As if he's not tired. As if he wasn't maybe hurt. He got to tap out for one play. And dislocate his pinky. And now he's a quitter. And now he's injury prone. Daniel Jones sucks because Giants fans and media told us he did. because they're always right. And Riley Leonard is a starting quarterback. Boy, I'm telling you what, if the fans ran this team, like if I'll put it this way, if the Colts were fan owned, like the Packers, and if the Colts allowed those fans to make the decisions, boy, we'd be in a heap of trouble. Like, really? Again, when you evaluate these quarterbacks, do yourself a favor and try to make it make sense. Think about the scenarios you're talking about. Because to me, it don't make a lick of sense. All right? All right, when we come back, we're going to go in talk about Rochester Knighthawks in the NLL mainly striking a deal with Seneca Nation. I'll talk about that in just a moment here on NATalkRadio.com, streaming live on radio.net.
You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money, and we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Aren't you so happy to be here? You could be somewhere else, but you're listening to Mike Said It First on North American Talk Radio, live via natalkradio.com, and of course, also live on 12 Ounce Sports YouTube and radio.net. We are very happy that you are here, that you are awesome, as always. So, here's the thing. So far on today's show, I've kind of screamed about Shedeur Sanders. Turns out he's not terrible, right? I've also yelled about the Colts quarterback situation and how that's been fun to deal with. Now we're going to have a more fun topic, more lighthearted topic, as we're now going to discuss about the Rochester Knighthawks and the National Lacrosse League. I know, for many of you, you're like, what is going on here? Like, what is lacrosse? Well, if you're new to this program, if you're new to this this station, or just recent sports media developments, I'll let you know. The NLL is like, you've probably seen lacrosse, like the field version. You've seen, like, it looks like soccer. It looks like it's on a soccer field. They've got sticks. They shoot the ball in the net past the goalie. Box lacrosse is that sport, but instead mix the best parts of football, basketball, and hockey inside the sport, and that's what you get. It's like those three sports had a beautiful monster baby, and he's just taking over your fandom. All right? With that being said, on August the 5th, that was Tuesday, August 5th, at 10 a.m. Eastern, the National Lacrosse League, which has been struggling for the last 35 years. They're like the premier box lacrosse league. They had a team that might fold, all right? Like, literally, I believe it was last year or the year before. I believe it was last year. Panther City Lacrosse Club, a team based in Fort Worth, Texas, folded, all right? They had a dispersal draft. The league was down to 14 teams, all right? This year, we were hoping Rochester Knighthawks would not do the same. Rochester, whether it be this iteration of them or the previous one, which ended up moving to Halifax, Rochester has always been in the National Lacrosse League, all right? With that being said, the NLL and Commissioner Brett Frood and everybody involved did find a solution. Seneca Nation, who has got, like, I believe, like, what is it, federal funds? I believe, like, those indigenous nations. I could be wrong about this, but I'm 80 or 90% sure that they have, like, some federal backing because of, like, the way, I don't know why it happens like that, but they've got some decent money involved. I'll just say that. And Seneca Nation was able to acquire the team. I don't believe the amount was disclosed. That's fine. But they saved the team. And the best part is they're keeping them in Rochester. And that's been the biggest thing right now. All right. So the Nighthawks have the reigning league MVP, Connor Fields, who I've actually had the pleasure of interviewing on my show, Daily Dive, which is coming back November 3rd this year for Season 4, the only live Monday through Friday lacrosse talk show on the planet, and that is literally true. I've interviewed Connor Fields. They also have a player named Taylor Jensen, who I've also interviewed, actually just won our Fresh Fits competition, where the fans voted that he had the best player walk-in outfits, which is awesome. So I'm very happy, not just for my own sake, because I think the league needed this to happen. I think it was a big step in the right direction, because I had reported, I know, shoot me, I had reported years ago, I don't know why I said that, like at least a year ago though, or something along those lines, I said somehow that Rochester was being, like, there was rumors, I said rumors, that Rochester might be relocated to Grand Rapids, like Michigan. I know, it was wrong, which is why in my original tweet, I literally looked up and said rumors. I did not report it as facts. I said what I said, all right? That being said, people like to laugh and complain. But earlier, like this year, before the season, like back in October of 2024, before the National Lacrosse League season even started, in training camp, Wegmans was the potential new owner of the Nighthawks. That I can 1000% tell you is an accurate report. I will not tell you how I know that, but the people that have told me that are literally would know, I promise you, okay? Now, with that being said, that deal did fall through, like I said, all right? So that was why, I believe it was late June or sometime in June, the Rochester Knighthawks were in the dark. By the way, the Rochester Knighthawks were also owned by the Pagulas. You're like, well, who's that? Oh, the team who, the group, the couple, and Terry owns the Buffalo Bills. Terry owns the Buffalo Bandits, and the Buffalo Bandits actually do better than a lot of NBA and NHL teams. Like, they pack out 17 or 18,000 every night, like every weekend night that they're there. They pack out the barn. They're also the defending 3-time champions. They are awesome. I just want to say that because the Pagulas, the last year or so, there was reports on the ground in Rochester that the Knighthawks were just not being well employed. They were short-staffed. A lot of heroes down there, not just the players. A lot of heroes on that staff who even kept this team on. They barely even had a pulse on social media. But shout out to the people who found time to do even that, all right? And again, on June 23rd, Pete Gwelly, or however you say that name, the chief operating officer of the Knighthawks, said they were stepping out, but they're trying to find a team. And August 5th, the NLL and Seneca Nation and Rochester announced Seneca Nation was the new owners, and I appreciate them for that. I also want to say this, and I think this deserves credit as well. I know some, talk is cheap. I know sometimes written statements are a little bit, fluffed up. But I will say also that the Seneca Nation crew, the owner seemed awesome. He was like, we take a lot of pride in the fact that, I'm paraphrasing, like they take pride that it's Rochester. They want to grow with the community, etc., etc. They said every right thing you could say times 10. And I thought that was mighty impressive, and that was awesome. Because again, in the National Lacrosse League, in the box game, the box version of lacrosse, when lacrosse is at such a major fork in the road in history, that right there is a big deal. This was able to get done, and they deserve our applause. The ownership group seems to be they seem to have good heads on their shoulders. This was no, ownership group that was just kind of going to make an investment, kind of leave it alone. These guys mean business, and they care about the game. Now, every potential new owner, whether it be expansion, relocation, etc., these, like the Philadelphia Wings, are a team that I've reported multiple times that Joe Tsai has at least helped pay for them for another year or so. As their WNBA team comes to town, so that's going to bring in a lot more value. And as the Wings are just going to be kicked out the barn because they ain't providing enough, all right? But whoever the next ownership group is of them, I'm not saying it has to be like Seneca Nation, but boy, does it give me a lot of hope for the future of this league. And again, lacrosse is coming to the Olympics in Los Angeles in 2028. You've got the Premier Lacrosse League that's on ESPN and ABC almost every weekend. You've got the National Lacrosse League, which is still fighting and just got a major breakthrough of an owner. I'm excited for the future, especially as a media member who has fallen in love with the sport, who has fallen in love with the players, who's just fallen in love with the whole process here. It's up from here, and I firmly believe that it's going to keep on going up. But I think Seneca Nation was the first big breakthrough, and especially it was a big breakthrough in Commissioner Brett Fruit's tenure. This is like his biggest flex to me. Like, for those familiar with the league, we had heard of, like, there was the unified standings, and I know that's hurt travel a lot because I know like the travel costs are insane, and they're already not first class, much like the WNBA used to be. That's a big deal as well. But I just wanted to mention, this was his first big flex, all right? And they'd also, again, if you're familiar with the league, I kind of floated around this idea of, what is it called? Of the Unboxed initiative, which is like getting sticks to kids in school. And to be fair, unless they got social media people showing us, that's kind of all wordplay right now. This was the first breakthrough for the National Lacrosse League and Brett Fruit. I'm excited. It was a great sign. I had to call it out. All right, so when I come back, it's the latest iteration of Mike's World, as I will talk about the 2 movies I saw this weekend, including a movie that was a sports-related movie. I also want to talk briefly about the Rocky Mountain Raptors, and I want to talk about NASCAR, 2 drivers for Trackhouse Racing. That team swept the weekend at Watkins Glen. The only issue is one guy broke his collarbone. What? Yeah, we'll be right back. You're listening to North American Talk Radio, NATalkRadio.com, and of course, 12 on Sports on YouTube. We'll be right back.
You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening.
Are you ready to place bets? Join MyBookie today and discover exciting opportunities. North American Talk Radio has partnered with the cutting-edge gambling platform to offer unique bets, several ways to play and win, and you can even use crypto to play. MyBookie offers a seamless platform for all your gambling needs, and MyBookie has you covered with a vast array of options. Explore their different markets and bet types. There's something for everyone. Discover MyBookie's special introductory offer by using North American Talk Radio's special promo code, which is 120Z Sports, all caps, no spaces, and you'll get a deposit bonus up to $1,000. MyBookie offers a thrilling experience, so sign up today and be sure to use the promo code 120Z Sports, all caps, no spaces, for huge cash bonuses. Get in the game and good luck.
I'm not gonna lie, folks. Not gonna lie. First time hearing that the MyBookie promo, and just want to say that lady saying it was a thrilling experience. I'm locked in. That made me feel so good. Not because her voice was amazing, even though that helped out too. But I just it cracked me up more than it should have. You're listening to Mike's It First. Here on North American Talk Radio, streaming live on natalkradio.com. Also, find us on radio.net and subscribe to the 12 on Sports YouTube channel. Many different options. It's up to you to lock in. All right. Again today, I ranted about Shedeur Sanders actually being good, but I never wavered in that. Anthony Richardson is the Colts quarterback. Daniel Jones should be respected, and Riley Leonard can get the hell out of town. Rochester Knighthawks deal with Seneca Nation was the first big breakthrough and bragging point for Commissioner Brett Fruit of the National Lacrosse League. And now it's time for Mike's World. All right? So, la 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 la. Mike's World. Oh yeah. Once you yell for an entire hour-long show, you're not going to be able to do the Elmo voice at all. All right, so I'll try it again. Oh, hi, Mr. Noodle. Welcome to Mike's It First. See, I can't do it right now. All right, who cares? I wanted to let the world know, as if you care, I saw 2 movies this weekend because, of course, Big Mike had a big paycheck, so he's going to have to do something with it, right? Like, I can invest in certain things like, Bitcoin, which I did not do. I just thought it was funny. I can also watch a movie with my buddies, which I did, okay? That's me licking my fingers because I'm awesome and I'm sexy and I'm rich. None of those things are true. All right. The first movie I saw was Friday. A movie called Sketch, actually. Full disclosure, I went with a buddy and his 8-year-old daughter. I'm just gonna call her 8. I don't know her age. Shout out to her. Sketch was awesome. Really, once I learned that she was coming with us, I was like, okay, now I have an excuse to see this movie. All right. Now, thankfully for us, there was no one in the theater. The movie has not been advertised well. It does seem a little bit low budget, but in that theater around here is like the worst one we have. Still saw it, had a great time. All right? No spoilers here. I'll save that for other shows on NATalkRadio.com. But at the end of the movie, I will say this. It's a kids movie. It's a family movie. It's also emotional. And I'm not kidding you. This little girl is sitting in between us, all right? It's like, we thought there was going to be more people in there, so we got 3 tickets right together, right? And me and my buddy, at the end of this movie, are like, look, like we've been talking the entire movie, laughing, whatever. In this moment, I sat there, she sits between us, he sat there. I can see her in my peripheral, kind of look at both of us. Are y'all crying? And I'm not kidding when I say this, okay? First of all, I don't like to be the person that cries, like especially openly, even if there is nobody in the theater but us. But I was like, man, I was this close to laughing. I was going to laugh so hard. And I couldn't do it because if I did, I was going to burst into tears. That movie had no business having me that emotionally invested. And it was that good, all right? Next one was the F1 movie, which I saw last night. Formula One racing. That's right. Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen battling it out in Abu Dhabi. Yeah, they say Abu Dhabi and not Abu Dhabi. I don't know. Maybe it is Abu Dhabi. I don't know. Regardless of that, Brad Pitt, of course, you know, spoiler alert here. Not really a big spoiler, but Brad Pitt, any movie he's in, they're gonna make some scene or multiple scenes of women finding him attractive. This one I saw with like 3 friends. I'm looking at the guy next to me. I'm like, dude, I'm like literally Googling as he's flirting with these women. I'm like, this guy is 61 years old. Can Hollywood just stop for a minute? All right. Brad Pitt is 61 years old. Okay, who cares? Regardless of that, it was a really good movie. I just thought I'd throw that little caveat in there, but that was not the reason I watched. The movie was awesome. I saw that it had 97% fan reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. Free plug. Great sports movie. Super good, like super tense. Really got a lot of... It showcased F1 well, while also making it relatable to the common fan base, which probably doesn't like F1. So there you go. Rocky Mountain Raptors. I was on the play-by-play once again on 12 on Sports via YouTube for this game, for these 2 games. The Raptors beat down the Boise Bighorns 28-7. No, that's not a preseason football game. That is a box lacrosse league game where the Raptors won 28-7. All right. Next up, the Raptors played the I don't know this team. The Wasatch Whalers. Whalers put up more of a fight, but it was still, not much going on there. So in that game, and I want to make sure I have the correct score, I believe it was 22-4. So the Rocky Mountain Raptors are now 7-1. The Wasatch Whalers are now 5-4. And for the record, Whalers, I thought, stuck around pretty good. Their goalie, Pat Thomas, was really good as well. I think he kind of filled in for their other goalie. I don't know how long Pat Thomas has been playing this year, but he did really well in that game for them. For the Raptors, I also got to interview Charlie Witt after the game, so that was also really cool. The Raptors have 2 more games this weekend, Saturday night, live on 12 on Sports YouTube, 12 OZ Sports YouTube channel. I will be on the call as the Raptors host the Colorado Springs Gold Rush. The next game, when they finish the season, will be on Sunday afternoon. We will not have that game, as that game will be in the arena of the Colorado Springs Gold Rush. I'm just going to tell you right now, they should win that game. Like, they should win both the games like 25-5, and that's being generous. I'm not kidding. That's what I'm expecting. That's what everyone should be expecting. And the Raptors, they are going to probably most likely finish 9-1, which means they will be in the playoffs or the Harvest Classic. The San Diego Royals did actually finish 10-0 already in their first season in the Box Lacrosse League. They beat the Raptors 19-18 in overtime on the first game we ever did on 12 on Sports. That was with Keenan on the play-by-play. Shout out to him. But yeah, no, Raptors are going to most likely finish 9-1. The Chicago Portagers, who are the league's defending champions, do deserve a lot of credit because, like, they are the, do deserve a lot of credit because they are, I'm sorry, I couldn't find my song, so I'm kind of mad. But anyways, the Chicago Portagers are the defending champions of the Box Lacrosse League. And I mention that because they've also lost like 2 exhibition games this year. Even though they're 4-0 and could technically leapfrog the Raptors in the standings, I'm going to call it now. I don't think that'll happen. So, again, don't tell anybody, but that's just the way I feel. And finally, I want to get to this. A weekend in NASCAR that was crazy at the Watkins Glen International. So the Connor Zilish, who is probably one of, if not the next racing prodigy, young driver who's under Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s race team. Thank you, by the way. You know who you are. Dale Jr. Has his prodigy named Connor Zilish, who won a race at Watkins Glen. And then in the victory lane, Connor Zilish falls headfirst onto the ground. He trips. He broke his collarbone. Thankfully, everything else was fine. I mean, I guess broken collarbone, who cares? I'm an athlete. I don't know. But yeah, Connor Zilish did get hurt. Hopefully, he can come back sooner than later, but I'm concerned about that. His teammate, Shane Van Gisbergen, once again dominated at a road course. In the Cup Series, Shane Van Gisbergen won by 11 seconds over second place. Shane Van Gisbergen is a 36-year-old rookie who is from New Zealand, has a bunch of exotic car foreign experience. He's awesome. That dude is special. He's already better than Juan Pablo Montoya or any international driver when it comes to Cup Series racing on the road course. He has won both Chicago street races. He won Mexico City. He won, Watkins Glen over the weekend. He's now tied Chase Elliott and Jeff Gordon for 4 consecutive road course / street course wins. And I don't think that's stopping anytime soon. He also signed a multi-year deal with Trackhouse Racing. Good for them and good for him. SVG, you're awesome for the sport. I just want to mention, this guy's on a tear, man. Holy cow. Woof. All right. That's enough from me. Again, I want to say thanks for tuning in. Kind of a new format here. North American Talk Radio, NATalkRadio.com. I will try to make some college football picks next Monday. I know that season is starting up in 2 weeks. I will try to do as much as I can and dabble in what's left of the PLL. I will also have more NFL and NBA preview. And then, of course, I will say on September the 15th, that is my final Mike Said It First show. I might do one during the lacrosse season, but I highly doubt that. But I'm thinking about it. Probably shouldn't have said that. That's me. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe. Have a great Monday. We're going to play the theme music, and after that, we're out of here. NATalkRadio.com, streaming live on radio.net, and streaming live at NATalkRadio.com as well. And 12 on Sports YouTube channel. Thanks so much. Tune in. MSIF_TV. Have a great day, guys. Bye!